So I was thinking this morning about the limitations of meditation and the power of meditation and misconceptions, kind of confusion that people seem to get stuck in sometimes for decades. I mean, literally, I know some friends who've meditated for many years who for a very long time had this idea that if I just meditated right, if I meditated enough, some of my problems would go away. A lot of my problems would go away, right? And there's some truth to that in some levels, and there's other ways in which that's just not true. Right? And so this morning I was thinking, well, what's an analogy of how that's not true? It's a little bit like, let's say someone has a broken leg and they go to the hospital and they go into the operating room to get the leg splinted and fixed. And instead of putting their hands on, the doctors just sit around the bed and meditate, make some good energy and meditation and calm. Do you think that's going to fix the broken leg? After 6 or 7 hours, that person might have a worse infection. Things could be worse, right? Because it actually needs direct action. Something different has to happen, right? Could meditation help at all with the surgery or resetting the leg? Maybe. Maybe it could reset and tune those medical professionals into a clear place in themselves where they're not distracted and they can really effectively help that person, right? So meditation can be a support, absolutely. But meditation on its own cannot accomplish that, right? So what are the things that meditation can accomplish, and where are the limitations that, no, meditation's not going to accomplish that? So one of the areas that I think people get confused about that's not as obvious as the example I gave is in relationships, for example, or triggering. Right? Something happens and you get triggered into anxiety or anger or fear or fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, nervous system response, and then have some kind of emotional reaction to that. Well, meditation can absolutely help with self-regulation, because part of what meditation can do is help calm, right, the nervous system down. Can be very good at doing that. Hehowever, is that a perpetual solution? Maybe, but I don't think it's a very good one, right? And here we can have another analogy. Now, I don't know how good this analogy is, but let's say you're a pretty athletic person, right? And I'm making the analogy to someone who's good at meditation, and you live on the upper story of there's a ground floor and then another floor, and you're on that upper floor, and instead of building a staircase, you just jump right out of the door because you can. You're athletic, right? In terms of the meditation analogy, you're good at meditation. So you don't need to develop these other relationship skills or an insight into your own triggers or a whole lot of coping mechanisms or cognitive ways of understanding and regulate yourself, which I think are very helpful, powerful structures that meditation doesn't necessarily help you with at all. You can just rely on your meditation, your athletic ability in this analogy, and every time you come out your front door, you just jump down, and drop and roll, or maybe you're so strong you don't have to roll, right? And then, I don't know, you like climb back up to your front door every time, but you're very athletic, and so what? You can do it. There's nothing wrong with that. Is it the most effective way? I don't know. I think most of us would rather have stairs, right? So this is maybe a funny or silly analogy, but it's like the limits of meditation. Yes, you can use meditation for certain things where it's maybe not the most effective thing, but why do that? So here's why I see people do that, because they may be, there's a lot of stigma still about mental health or therapy, right? Especially amongst quite a few of the older generation. I think with some of the younger generations, there's more understanding that this is really cool and that this is another way of learning and growing and exploring, right? So it can be a cultural thing. But a lot of the skills that I'm thinking that, because I work a lot as a relationships coach and I see how much certain skills can help people in their relationships, I have my own work to do, right? So I see where I'm really missing a certain skill, and even though I might have been teaching it to someone else, I haven't gotten really good at using it myself, right? So there's work to be done. Could I use meditation to speed that up? Yep, maybe I could. Are there other things that need to be done? Yes. Can meditation help those? Probably. right? But the point being, it's not just meditation. Meditation alone is not enough. Meditation is an enormous help. So I hope this analogy was helpful and you enjoyed what I had to say. And any analogies that you might have for what I was talking about today or anything else related to meditation, please post below. I would love to hear your analogies. I think analogies are a great way to explain important concepts and allow other people to understand them. So share away, please.